If you're an avid Top Gear fan, you know exactly where this is. But if not, let me clue you in. This is the Stelvio Pass, and it's right near the top of my road trip bucket list destinations. At 9,045 feet, Stelvio is the highest paved mountain pass in the Eastern Alps, and with 75 legitimate hairpin turns, is as technically challenging a road as you're likely to find anywhere else in the world. In photographs or on television, especially when shot by helicopter, Passo dello Stelvio is a sight to behold. An epic engineering achievement considering it was completed in 1825 and makes a perfect tourist destination with a few hotels, restaurants, and shops up at its peak. And in Top Gear land, it makes a great choice for the best road in the world. But what's it like to drive the Stelvio Pass in the real world? I grabbed a twin-turbo, 560 horsepower BMW M6, summoned the gods of rain and fog, and departed Davos in haste in order to find out. When you think of the Stelvio Pass, you're probably thinking of Top Gear's film. You're probably not thinking of a dirt road, which is what we're on right now. Really bumpy because I'm in Sport Plus. I'm going to switch to comfort mode. Look at that. It actually smooths right out. So, the M6. I've been driving it for five days across Switzerland and Germany. Oh, and there's a bus. Oh boy. And I have to tell you, there we go. The car is quite wonderful. It's 560 horsepower, twin turbo V8, 500 pounds of torque. It's about 120,000 bucks. It's got adjustable everything. It's got ceramic brakes. It's really comfortable. It's got a dope radio, really cool heads-up display, carbon fiber everything, and quite frankly, I think it is just as good as the Bentley GT for about half the money. It's pretty too. I had a convertible recently, and I like the convertible, but I like the coupe better. It looks better. It's got a great roof, and like I said, plenty of gadgets. 2 M modes I can adjust. Engine response, throttle response, suspension firmness, how tight the steering is. This is clearly a GT car. It's got the GT proportions. It's got the GT looks. And as we transition back onto the tarmac, we can talk about it's got GT performance. This car has a massive set of balls. I may or may not have street raced a Ferrari 458 Spider to 180 miles an hour yesterday. May or may not have won. Just saying that for 120,000 bucks, this thing is every bit as fast in a straight line as a Ferrari 458 Spider. Don't ask me how I know that. Oh boy, here we go. And here's the Stelvio you guys are thinking of with its ridiculous switchbacks, extremely tight road, very technical. Every time you go around a corner, you have to look backwards over your shoulder. You constantly want to drift corners, but if you drift it and it goes wrong, you will go off a cliff, or in this case, into one. But sometimes you just can't help yourself. If you've never been to Switzerland before, it is an absolutely wonderful place to drive a car, despite their laws. It's beautiful. Everywhere you look, it's just amazing. The views, there's a vista around every corner. The people are nice. And if you get caught speeding, you go to jail, but just don't get caught, that's all. We're crossing 7,000 feet. You can actually feel the air is a little thinner up here, driving into a cloud, basically. So, a few things I don't like about the M6. When you hit the stop button to shut off the engine, you have to hit it once, and then hit it again to shut off the electronics. And if you don't do that, everything stays on and the battery dies. That's super annoying. Honestly, so far, I'm impressed, but not that impressed. The roads like Suston Pass we were on yesterday are better. Bad things happen if that one goes wrong. Stelvio, oh boy, okay, this is narrow. See, oh, look at all these vans coming. This is what happens on Stelvio. It's got an electronic parking brake. That's annoying because it doesn't actually release until you press the button, whereas my Volt and a lot of other cars will release the second you hit the gas. And everything else about it is pretty great, to be honest with you. This is a wonderful car. On the Autobahn in Germany, it'll cruise at 160, 170 miles an hour, no problem. It stops really well. For a car with electric steering, it does give you pretty good feedback. You do get a good sense of what's going on with the wheels. It's got really good tires, Michelin Pilot Super Sport tires. We're gonna keep this one short. It's not a big deal. We're just whipping Stelvio. And if you want to see more, if you want to see more of our trip across Europe in the M6, a Ferrari 458 Spider, and various other awesome whips, you're gonna have to check out Super Speeders 7 DVD coming out later this year. I can imagine why Top Gear would call this an amazing road. It's because they closed it and brought a helicopter on a perfect spring day. In reality, Stelvio Pass is jam-packed with trucks and cars driven by people who are going to work, not mentally qualifying at Monaco, and cyclists, for whom Stelvio is at least as big a destination as it is for cars. If you want to follow in the footsteps of 3 middle-aged British men, by all means visit Stelvio. But as a driver, honestly, I've seen better.